Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise, give you that insider's edge. And today, we're tackling a really exciting topic, but one that needs, careful handling. Mastering motorbike rentals in Vietnam. You're probably looking for that quick, solid understanding, right? Without getting lost in too much detail. Well, think of this as your essential toolkit for getting on the road safely, legally, and yeah, without falling into those common traps.
Okay, let's unpack this fascinating journey. We're going to arm you with the practical know-how.
It's truly fascinating because motorbikes in Vietnam, they're not just transport. They're really, you could say, the country's heartbeat. They're the pulse of daily life.
Right.
Commerce, community, everything. We're talking huge numbers here, over 45 million motorbikes on the roads. That scale, it tells you a lot about how central they are. And for anyone wanting to really experience Vietnam, these bikes offer this unparalleled freedom, a way into genuine local life. You get a kind of access, a flexibility.
Yeah.
It's just not possible otherwise. And honestly, they're super cost effective compared to grabbing taxis or ride shares all the time.
Yeah, that heartbeat thing, it's not just poetic, is it? You really mean it literally. Motorbikes are like the arteries and veins of the whole country's movement. They're just everywhere, a constant buzz. And for you, the listener, thinking about traveling or living there, the actual benefits are pretty compelling. Like you said, cost effectiveness, that's a huge one. Renting is cheap, fuel efficiency is amazing. Think about skipping all those car taxis or even the grab bikes, which, yeah, they're handy, but wow, they add up fast, don't they? With your own bike, you're kind of in control of that budget. And then there's the efficiency. You've seen the traffic videos, I'm sure. On a motorbike, you're not just stuck in it. You sort of flow with it. You learn to weave like the locals do. It's this incredible fluid thing. It's an experience itself, and it cuts down travel time like crazy. But I think for a lot of us, maybe the biggest draw is the freedom and exploration. That's where the real magic kicks in, isn't it? You're not stuck on tourist paths or someone else's timetable. You can just, pull over spontaneously for a coffee at some tiny roadside place, or find a market down some alley a car would never fit down, stuff a grab bike might not even take you to. It just totally changes your trip, puts you in the driver's seat, literally, opens up unexpected stuff.
Exactly right. And linking that to the bigger picture, it's about getting this independence that really changes how you interact with Vietnam. You stop being just an observer. You start participating. You get this deeper, more real feel for the country because you're navigating it yourself. And this is the important bit, the freedom. It absolutely requires awareness and preparation. It's not just hopping on any old bike. You need to understand the environment, the roads, and, yeah, the potential problems.
Okay, and that's the perfect pivot. That freedom is amazing, but the road can have, well, potholes. And sometimes those potholes are scams. We really need to cover the common traps people, especially foreigners, can fall into. So what are the big ones? The scams, the issues people run into, and, crucially, how do you spot them coming?
Right, that's the key question, isn't it? How do you see these risks before they bite you? And honestly, the most common issues are quite prevalent, often playing on your unfamiliarity. So first up, you've got the fake damage charge. This is a real classic. You rent a bike, looks fine, you bring it back. Suddenly, the owner's pointing at this tiny scratch, maybe on the muffler, or a dent you swear wasn't you. If you didn't take photos beforehand, it's your word against theirs. And boom, you're paying for old damage.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Then there are the dodgy contracts, or sometimes no contract at all, especially with smaller roadside places. No clear paperwork means zero protection if things go sideways, or if they just decide to change the price or terms on you. No written agreement. That's a big warning sign.
Makes sense. Paper trail matters.
Definitely. And maybe the most serious one is the passport ransom. This is where they demand your original passport as the deposit. Let me be crystal clear here. If you remember one thing, remember this. Your passport is your lifeline. It's your ID, your leverage. Never, ever, ever hand over your original passport. Seriously, don't do it. It leaves you wide open to being exploited, even blackmailed. It's the #1 red flag. Just walk away.
Wow. Okay, that's a hard line. No original passport. Got it.
Absolutely. Beyond outright scams, you've got real safety risks from poor maintenance. You might get a bike with dodgy brakes, really worn-out tires, lights that don't work properly. These aren't just annoying things. They're serious hazards on those busy, sometimes unpredictable Vietnamese roads.
Yeah, safety's got to be paramount.
And finally, there's the issue of police trouble. This often connects back to the documents. If the bike isn't registered correctly, or maybe the shop gave you fake registration papers, the covet C, you're the one facing the fine if you get stopped, not the shop. Imagine getting pulled over and the papers don't match the bike. It turns your adventure into a massive headache, and potentially expensive too.
Okay, hearing all that, It might sound a bit intimidating, right? But the good news is, avoiding this stuff is actually pretty simple. Simple if you know what to look for, what to check. It's not about being paranoid, just informed. Taking a few smart steps up front. So what does this actually mean for you when you're there, ready to rent? It means having a clear, step-by-step plan. Renting the smart way. This isn't just about dodging problems. It's about setting yourself up for a great, safe time.
Precisely. Let's break it down. Step one, and maybe the most important, find a reputable rental shop. Don't just grab the nearest or cheapest. A really good place to start. Ask around. Check expat Facebook groups for Vietnam. People living there share real experiences. Their recommendations usually count for something.
Good tip. Use the community knowledge.
Exactly. Also, check Google reviews thoroughly. Look for shops with lots of reviews, with comments, not just empty 5-star ratings. Those can be faked easily. For specific names, Teach Motorbikes is well-known nationwide, good reputation with foreigners, knows the legal stuff. In Hanoi, Dragon Bikes is solid. And Rent-A-Bike, especially around Tay Ho, is very popular and professional. Down in Ho Chi Minh City, Saigon Motorcycles is another trusted one.
Okay, rent a bike in Tahoe. Got it. Good specifics. So, step one, reputable shop. What's step two?
Step two, absolutely critical. Check the bike carefully before you ride off. This is your shield against those fake damage claims. Take photos, take videos, get all the angles, zoom in on existing scratches, dents, any wear and tear, document everything. That's your proof.
Right.
Beyond the looks, check the function. Inspect the tire tread seriously. You don't want bald tires. Test the brakes. Squeeze both levers hard. Feel firm. Good. Check all the lights, headlight, taillight indicators. Honk the horn. Turn the handlebars fully left and right. Feel for stiffness. Basically, yeah, test it like you're thinking of buying it. Give it a good once-over.
Makes sense. Be thorough. Step three.
Step three, get the right documents. Always get a rental contract, even a simple one. It should clearly state the terms, dates, cost. And crucially, you need a copy of the bike's blue registration card, the Calvat Sex. This proves it's legit. And I'll say it again, your original passport stays with you. A good shop takes a cash deposit, or maybe a copy of your passport plus a deposit. If they insist on the original, nope. Find another shop.
Okay, contract, copy the blue card, no original passport, clear. And the last step.
Step four, know the law. For most visitors, you need an international driving permit, an IDP. Make sure it covers motorbikes, usually category A1, for bikes up to 175cc in Vietnam, staying long term. You might look into getting a proper Vietnamese license, though that's a more involved process. And the one rule everyone knows, and police enforce strictly: always wear a helmet, no exceptions. Look, this four-step approach, it might seem like a checklist, but it's genuinely your best defense. It keeps you safe, legal, and gives you peace of mind.
That's super helpful. Having those clear steps really builds confidence, doesn't it? Okay, so with that confidence, let's talk about choosing the actual machine. How do you pick the right bike for you? Because Vietnam's roads vary, and so do people's plans.
Good question. Yeah, there are a few main types you'll see available for rent, and they offer different rides and costs. For beginners, or if you just want something easy and cheap, the semi-automatic bikes like the Honda Wave are everywhere. They typically run about, say, $50 to $70 a month. Super durable, easy power, great for just getting around town without feeling intimidated.
The classic Vietnamese bike, kinda.
Pretty much. Then if you want something smoother, maybe more comfortable for city stop-and-go traffic, look at automatic scooters. Things like the Honda Airblade or Yamaha Nuvo, those are usually a bit more, maybe $80 to $120 a month. Really easy to ride in traffic, no gears to worry about, very popular for city exploring.
Okay, easier for urban jungles.
Exactly. Then you got manual bikes, like a Honda Winner or an Exciter. These need you to shift gears manually. They offer more power, more control, usually cost around $100 to $150 a month. But honestly, these are more for experienced riders. We usually say for pros, not for newbies, because learning manual shifting in chaotic Vietnamese traffic, that takes skill and confidence.
Right. Maybe not for your first time.
Probably not. And finally, if you're planning big trips like crossing the country, tackling mountain passes, you may consider touring bikes. These can be $150 up to $300 a month. More comfort, bigger tanks, better for long distances. But yeah, definitely overkill for just city riding. They can be bulky in traffic.
So choose based on your plan and skill. What about pricing? Daily versus monthly?
Yeah, daily rentals are usually around $100,000 to $150,000 a day, something like that. But you get much better value with weekly or especially monthly rentals. The per-day cost drops significantly. So for longer stays, monthly is way more economical. Understanding these options helps you match the bike to your experience, your budget, and, yeah, what you actually plan to do.
Perfect. So you've picked a ride, done the checks, got the papers, you're out there feeling that win, that freedom now. Let's talk about staying safe and keeping the bike running well while you're actually using it. It's not just rent and forget, right? It's an ongoing thing.
Absolutely. Ongoing responsibility is key. Your safety is number one. And it starts before you even turn the key. First thing, helmet. Always wear a real helmet, not one of those floozy plastic things some places might offer just to tick a box. Get a proper sturdy one. Your head will thank you.
Good advice. Don't skimp on the helmet.
Never. Second, right when you pick up the bike,
Yeah.
get gas immediately. Rental bikes are almost always handed over near empty. You don't want to run out of fuel somewhere inconvenient or unsafe. Just top it up straight away.
Okay, fill her up. What about parking?
When you park, especially for a while or overnight, always lock the steering column. It's an extra security step against theft. Simple, quick, but important.
Right. Steering lock. Makes sense.
And this is for newer riders especially. Think twice about riding in heavy rain. Vietnamese roads get incredibly slippery, like surprisingly slippery. Visibility plummets. It's much safer to just wait it out, grab a coffee, than risk a fall.
Good practical tip. Patience over problems.
Definitely. And once you're riding regularly, try to do quick routine checks, maybe weekly. Just glance at your tires, squeeze the brakes, check the lights are working. Takes like 2 minutes. Can spot a problem early.
Preventative maintenance, kind of.
Exactly. And most importantly, if something feels wrong, brakes feel spongy, weird noises, steering feels off-stop, ask a mechanic. Mechanics are everywhere in Vietnam, often just little roadside stalls. Repairs are usually super fast and incredibly cheap. Don't ignore a potential problem. It's about safety. This isn't just, avoiding hassle. It's about adopting the local road sense and really prioritizing your well-being. A happy bike is usually a safe bike.
That's such a vital set of practices. Okay, so wrapping this up. Renting a bike in Vietnam, it really does offer this amazing freedom, this unique way to feel the country's pulse. But like we've hammered home, that freedom comes hand in hand with responsibility, your responsibility. It's kind of like, I don't know, playing a video game with no extra lives. Every check, every decision, being aware it all really matters. The key takeaway here seems to be, it's not about mastering chaos, it's about understanding the system, learning the rules, written and unwritten, respecting the road. Using common sense. Approach it carefully, ride confidently but within your limits, and just keep your eyes open. That seems to be the path to not just surviving, but really loving the experience, unlocking those adventures.
Could agree more. That self-reliance on two wheels, it's incredibly rewarding. Gives you a view of Vietnam you just won't get any other way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it really highlights how important that prep work is and just constant situational awareness, being proactive, watching what's happening, making smart choices on the fly. That active engagement, that's what makes it so memorable, I think.
So the final thought for you, the listener, is this. Now that you're equipped with this knowledge, maybe you're ready to ride more like a local. What unique corner of Vietnam, what hidden gem will you discover next? The roads are out there waiting, your adventure's ready to start.